This is the local and national news from Fabulous 103 FM, and it would be fabulous if you subscribed. It's easy. Click the subscribe button, and at the same time, click the like button too. In Bangkok, the heaviest storms for years continued this morning to douse the capital, seeing streets flooding in numerous areas and reports that nearly 50% of the drainage pumps within the city have broken down. Drainage canals are said to be overloaded, and with the governor having previously said that the city wouldn't flood, in some areas vehicles have been abandoned by drivers as engines took in water after they were driven into flooded streets. And traffic during the rush hour was at standstill in other areas yesterday. Thai media reports on a number of schools and universities staying closed due to floods. In addition to flooding through the capital, lawmakers posted photographs from the new Parliament building, where, despite orders to repair months ago, roofs leaked and ground floors were soaked once again with rainwater. 12 billion baht was the building cost. An extra few thousand might have added extra gutters, but it's certain that the construction company will be hauled in for more repairs once the rains stop. In all, 13 provinces have reported major flooding since Tuesday night. Warnings of more storms through to the weekend have been given by the Met Office, and the teams that manage reservoirs report that whilst Bumipon and Sirakit reservoirs are below the maximum water levels, others have reached their peaks, with dams which will have to be open, adding more water to the heavily loaded rivers through the nation. And for the Gulf, the warning remains in place for small boats to remain on the shoreline, as waves of up to 3 metres are reported, with the storms covering the whole of the Gulf area. A state-run university where a 19-year-old student doctor was run over and killed by a bus operated by the university has rejected her mother's claims for 66 million baht to compensate for the earnings her daughter would have gleaned over the course of her life. Using an out, the university claims that because it's a state-run institution, she'd have to claim through the court system and not in an appeal to the Board of Governors. No counter-offer was reported. Amid all the water woes, the news of an 81-year-old grandmother falling into the swollen Chao Phraya River hit newswires. 20 kilometres downstream, a local fish farmer spotted what he assumed was a corpse, but Granny was still alive and has recovered despite her 4-hour ordeal. Meanwhile at home, if reports are correct, an Indian tourist whose drunken behaviour way after midnight in Walking Street saw him squeeze the derriere of a local national led to her filing charges, the police processing her claim, and he shamefully being persuaded to part with 200,000 baht in compensation. Whilst bottom pinching is not decent behaviour by far, as numerous expats have pointed out to us, this could be the best moneymaker ever for visitors, as most, if not all of us, have at some time been approached in the street and touched inappropriately by body sellers of all descriptions. Now then, it appears we too could complain and reap a couple of 100,000 baht from professional predators. No word on whether Pattaya police station will need to set up a new desk to deal with the minor assault, but the case count could be epidemic. OK, reality is of course that the Indian man apologised profusely, but had behaved very badly, assuming all ladies out at night after midnight are ladies of the night. She had every right legally to press charges, which could have seen a 5,000 to 10,000 baht fine. From now on, though, it's expected that those who offer services for nocturnal adventures will saunter the sois with their hands firmly in their own pockets. No photographs of the bruising were released to the media. However, for those planning to make similar claims, it's worth noting that ladies of the night may or may not be able to get their hands on that type of cash to compensate you. It's also been pointed out that 200,000 baht seems rather extreme, especially when people who died in a disco fire received just 50,000 baht compensation. The latest reason for delays in the multiple road repairs in the Pattaya region? Rain. Despite much of the roadworks being due to new drainage, in many cases deep holes dug to bury pipes are now ponds. Pumps are running, but as soon as they empty out, well, it rains again. Despite the rain, Soi 15 behind the Avenue Mall is finally seeing concrete laid, which could, at some point, see the Soi completed after months and months of closure. Flooding continued in some areas yesterday, albeit at a lower rate, but with predictions of more storms throughout the day. The city itself has now organised teams that will stop small cars from entering flood areas allowing trucks and SUVs in some cases to pass. But in doing so, they create congestion on major roads, as the small cars simply have nowhere to go. Amid the city's water woes, one soy of business owners is complaining that despite flooding, their soy hasn't had enough water. Soy 7 businesses, mostly bars, are complaining that tap water has been at the best a trickle, at worst nothing, for over a week. And with the Met Office guaranteeing storms at any time throughout the day, highs today of around 29 degrees in the shade, dropping down to 25 tonight. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.